Ever notice how ads always pop up at the worst moments? When the killer's identity is about to be revealed. During that perfect meditation flow. On Amazon Music, we believe in keeping you in the moment. That's why we've got millions of ad-free podcast episodes, so you can stay completely immersed in every story, every reveal, every breath. Download the Amazon Music app and start listening to your favorite podcasts ad-free, included with Prime.
What if I told you that one piece of 5-minute content could generate a whole month's worth of marketing material? Well, stay tuned as marketing expert Emanuel Rose reveals why most businesses are working way too hard on content creation and how they could be working smarter instead.
Hey there, audacious parents. Welcome to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, where we're not just about surviving, we're about thriving. If you're tuning in, you're not looking for just another feel-good, pat-on-the-back kind of show. No. You're here because you're ready to disrupt the status quo. You're ready because you're here to challenge your limits and to step out of the comfort zone where we know growth never happens. This is not just your average, let's all be happy with our 9-to-5 lives kind of podcast. We're here to give you actionable strategies. We're here to dive deep into the world of side hustles, digital marketing, and smart income-boosting tactics. Why, you may ask? Because we're designed for parents like you, parents juggling family expenses, childcare, and the elusive me time. We're not just about making money, though. We're about designing a life that you dictate, not one that's been prepackaged in a soul-sucking 9-to-5 box. So, if you're ready to break free and design a life that aligns with your dreams, design a life that aligns with your family, you're in the right place. The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Well, today, I'm excited to introduce you someone who's about to change the way you think about content creation and marketing. Emanuel Rose isn't just your typical marketing expert. No. And that's why he's on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast. He's someone who's learned the value of practical simplicity from watching his dad work in a factory every single day. Emanuel took this duct tape simple approach and turned it into a marketing agency that has been successfully serving clients for over 3 decades. But here's why I really wanted to bring Emanuel's insights to you on this episode today. It's because he understands something crucial, something so critical about modern content creation that most people completely miss.
Again, I love where we're at in terms of tools and ability to take 5 minutes of Zoom or 5-minute podcast like this and turn it into a month's worth of marketing.
Did you catch that? Yeah, maybe you need to hit rewind for that, right? Go back just a few seconds and make sure you get that. 5 minutes a month of marketing. Let me break down why this is so powerful. Most people think they need fresh content every single day, but Emanuel, he's going to show us a smarter way to approach this.
Where you're able to take, and it literally is 5 minutes. I mean, it does not take a long piece to be able to put that into Opus clips, get some shorts out of it, which are going to get watched 40 to 400 times more than long form. To pull the transcript out, make a blog post out of that, and then to take and make all the social media and memes and quick posts out of that blog content. And then you've covered your video content, you've covered reaching new audiences through the podcast host. You've covered SEO, and then you've covered your social media. And literally it's 5 minutes for a month's worth of content and checking all those marketing boxes, plus your email newsletter and potentially your texting.
Now, let me break down this practical system so that you can implement it right away, like right after you finish listening to this podcast episode. Step number 1, let's start with a core piece of content. Maybe you're a guest on a podcast, like this one, for example. You get video, they usually send you clips, and if you don't get a video, go get the video, request the video, and chop it up yourself. Record a quick video yourself. Do a live stream. Host a short workshop on your Facebook page or wherever you tend to be online. Number 2, turn that long form piece of content information into multiple short form videos, a blog post from the transcript, multiple social media posts, use it in email newsletter content, and then of course, turn it into story prompts. And then number 3, multiply your reach. How you're going to do this is by sharing it across multiple platforms and then engaging with the responses on those shares. You want to build relationships through your content. That is how you're going to establish your authority naturally. But here's what makes this approach different from what you may have tried before. It's not just about churning out ka-chunka and creating more content. It's about making the content you create work harder for you. Let me give you a real example. One of my clients took a single 15-minute presentation that they were going to do anyway, and they turned it into 5 short videos for social media, 3 blog posts, 2 weeks worth of social media content, and 1 lead magnet. It's almost like the countdown to Christmas. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, right? Now, we got that laid down. Let's talk about why this content multiplication strategy is more important than ever before.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are out here marketing to a generation that I think is completely different from any that has come before it. And I was born in the 60s, so I've seen a number of generations come before this. And Emanuel shares something fascinating about this.
Yeah, I mean, they are the first truly digital natives, right? And so they've never known a day without a smartphone or the internet. And they also have got extremely short attention spans. So their reticular activating system or their filters are extremely well honed, especially in marketing and advertising.
Yeah, I think this is crucial to understand. We're not just dealing with a different marketing channel. We are dealing with a completely different mindset. But here's where it really gets interesting.
So that's why they require that human influence, the Kylie Jenner kind of Richard Branson, Elon Musk kind of influencer.
Yeah.
But that is also the one who founded or is running the company.
Now, I know what you're thinking, but Tracy, I'm not Elon Musk and I'm not Kylie Jenner. Well, that's exactly the point, and that's the reason why we're here. Let me break down what I think Emanuel is really telling us here. And this is in 2 quick steps. 1, authenticity trumps production value. Yeah. You want to be the face of your business. You want to share the real story. You want to, warts and all. You want to show them behind the scenes, and you want to connect with them on a human level. And number 2, your content style matters. Short form video first. Be sure to hit them with those quick engaging hooks. Remember the start of this podcast episode? Go back and check it out. I hit you with a hook. Use real world situations. Go back and listen to any number of the past 100 podcast episodes. Lots of real world examples have been thrown in there and have been done intentionally. And then you want to hit them with emotional connection points. Let me share something powerful that Emanuel revealed about this approach.
And that's why it's so critical for us as small business to emulate and take that role as an influencer for our company, not just be about products, but also be about who we are as humans and what we're doing in our community and how we're supporting the people around us.
That right there, that's gold, right? Let me give you a practical framework for implementing this. Let's call this the human method, HUMAN. H is for honest content that shows your reality. Again, warts and all. U, understand your audience's challenges. M, make emotional connections. A, authentic solutions to real problems. We've been talking about this quite a bit in the past few episodes. You want to give them authentic solutions, probably solutions that you created. That's where your expertise is. And then N, natural, unscripted moments. Just give them you. You've heard me say this from day one of this podcast, 488 episodes in, 500 on the horizon. Be you. That's it. Okay. And here's an example of this in action. One of my clients was struggling with engagement, and here's what she did. She started sharing her morning routine, some real problem solving moments, got involved in the community, heck, created community involvement herself, and she started sharing real customer interactions. Yeah, but here's one. This isn't about me or my folks. This is about Emanuel. This is his episode today. And Emanuel takes this even deeper with something crucial about connection.
And I think part of it is because they have grown up behind the screens. And so there is a little bit of void, that human void that they feel, whether they can speak that or not. I think psychologically, that's the situation. They need that more connection, and they want experiences, right? They want to, and they're very committed to education. So it's not just about buying an RV, but they want to also get a slack line and an electric bike and experience all the things that go along with it. And they might not even know how to go camping, right? So they're looking for help, even the most fundamental things that we take for granted because we were off the leash.
Yeah.
You know, they have a different kind of learning curve because of the connection with the technology.
That's why just selling products and services is not enough anymore. Stop it, right? We need to be creating experiences, building community, providing education, and showing the bigger picture. Does that seem familiar? Does that seem like something we're doing right here on this show, on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast? Yeah, we're creating experiences. We're engaging with you, trying to build that community. And if you're not a part of the Dark Horse Tribe, go on over to darkhorseschooling.com/tribe. That would take you right over there. Join the rest of the Dark Horses there. Providing education, number 3, right? That's what I do with the experts that I bring on, or sharing just some of my knowledge and experiences at the same time, all with the goal of showing the bigger picture. Yeah, we all want to put a few extra dollars into our bank account, but there are bigger reasons behind that. Okay, now let's talk about something that I think is going to tie everything that we've discussed together. Turning all this content and connection into long-term client relationships. Yeah, see, now we're starting to get down into the brass tacks. Emanuel shared something really powerful about this that completely flips traditional sales approaches on its head.
Yeah, I've had some of my clients that entire time. So that's the other litmus test that I have is, you know, what is the churn rate low? And because it's way cheaper to maintain client base than it is to chase new clients.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Now, let me break down why I think this is so crucial. Most businesses are out there playing the numbers game. Oh, if I can get 25 no's, I'm going to get a yes. Yeah, and that just means they're constantly chasing new clients. But Emanuel's approach shows us something a little bit different. Think about it like this. You can put a cost comparison to it. And I started learning about this way back in my Coca-Cola days. New client acquisition is the highest cost and the highest effort thing you're going to do in business. When I did the numbers back in my Coca-Cola days, if it took us $66 to acquire a new customer, it cost us $30. I think may have been $20, but I don't want to exaggerate. $30 to retain an existing client. So new client acquisition is going to be higher cost and higher effort. Existing client retention, lower cost and deeper relationships created, usually with easier effort. And those are going to get you referral business. And that, my friends, is practically free, and they're usually pre-qualified leads. And here's where it really gets interesting. And I know I keep saying that, but it does keep getting interesting. Emanuel shares a key to making all this work.
I believe you're bringing value, and that's the primary thing. So, you know, I have lots of different top of the funnel offers, from how to write a prompt to let's do a test to assess your brand. Here's the checklist for content marketing. So a variety of, or here's some books that you can order or participate in that I've written, so that there's education. They're saying now it takes somebody 6 hours of research when they're looking to hire a new vendor. So you've got to have 2 or 3 hours worth of content in order to be in the conversation. Yeah. So that's it has to be valuable to them. It has to show your competence.
Yeah.
So when we just get to trying to undercut and do it on price, then in my experience, those are clients that I don't want, right? If it's just about price.
Okay. You still with me? Yeah. Okay. Now let me take this and give you another practical framework here for implementing this value first approach. And this one here, we're going to call the RETAIN method, RETAIN. Okay. Relationships. R is for relationship building. You're going to build those relationships before you ever try to sell them anything, right? E exceed expectations, and you want to do this consistently. Over deliver, over deliver, over deliver. T is for track and celebrate client wins. Not your wins, not your business's wins, not your daughter's, your mother's, your spouse's wins, your client's wins, even if you weren't involved in the win at all. Sincerely celebrate their wins. A, number 4, right? A, you want to add value beyond the core service. So as you deliver your service, add more value to it. You want to be indispensable. And I in retain is invest in long-term success in yourself, in your business, and in your client. And then finally, N, never compete on price alone. If you're out there delivering so much value, you're not going to have to compete on price alone because your value is going to shine above all else. Now, here's an example, another one, right? Real life examples, right? Of this in action. So instead of offering a 10% discount to win a client, try something like creating valuable content in your industry. Share your insights freely, build relationships first, and demonstrate your expertise through helping. Stop lowering the value of your product or your service and insert value into it by creating the valuable content, by sharing the insights freely, by building relationships and human connection, and by demonstrating your expertise through helping. What's the result of all this, Tracy? Well, you're going to find yourself getting higher paying, longer term clients who refer others. Remember we talked about that? Yeah. The free referrals that are pre-qualified. Yeah. Okay. And let's break this down into some practical steps. 3 steps. 1, value demonstration. 2, relationship building. And 3, long-term focus. In your value demonstration, this is all about creating that helpful content, sharing industry insights, solving small problems for free. Freely. Just put it on out there. This is going to build trust through your expertise. That leads right into number 2, which is relationship building. Do regular check-ins. Hey, Bob, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in a little while. You never know what's going to pop up. Someone might say, you know what? I was just thinking about something and you just might be the perfect person to solve this problem for me. Huh? Maybe you hear about them having a problem and you proactively solve it for them. Huh? And again, number 3 in this area of relationship building is those celebrations of wins. If you see them have a win, celebrate it with them, whether you were involved in it or not. And then, of course, let's build a community. Community building is going to be the greatest relationship building device you're ever going to take the time to create. And then number 3, this is all about long-term focus. You want to make sure you're planning strategically. You're regularly adding value, right? You're doing regular value adds into your content, into your product, into your service, and into your community. Continuous education for yourself as well as your community, and find and nurture growth relationships. Okay, now this is where everything kind of comes full circle. When you focus on creating value, building genuine connections, and maintaining those long-term relationships, you're not just building a business anymore, my friends. You're building a legacy. Yeah, something that's going to live on long past you. You pass down to the kids and let them pick up and run with it. All right. Now, this, my Dark Horse friends and family, this is the time we kind of sit back in the chair, stroke the beard, and share today's whiskered wisdom. And this one really cuts to the heart of modern marketing success, because today's nugget of wisdom is all about that authentic value creation we've been talking about, and it connects perfectly with something powerful that Emanuel shared.
I think part of it is because they have grown up behind the screens, and so there is a little bit of void, that human void that they feel, whether they can speak that or not. I think psychologically that's the situation. They need that more connection.
Yeah.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
You get that? So let me share some ancient wisdom with you, my friends. Just like the wizard, right? And he says, as he looks like Gandalf, right? Just like the wizard knows that the true power comes from understanding nature, human nature, animal nature, plant nature. Successful marketing comes from understanding what people truly need. Not what they say they want, not what they say they need, but what they truly need. So here's your whiskered wisdom for today. The greatest marketing magic doesn't come from fancy tools or perfect production. It comes from fulfilling the human void in our digital world. Yeah. Think about this. In a world where everyone is trying to be perfect online, authenticity has become a gem, the rarest and the most valuable of currency you can have. So here's your action step. And like all good wisdom, it is as simple as it is powerful. Take one piece of your expertise and share it in the most human way possible. No fancy editing, no perfect script, no polished performance, just you sharing something valuable, like you were sitting across the table at the coffee shop with a good, trusted friend. Because here's the truth, my friends. While others are trying to create that perfect marketing message, you have the opportunity to create the perfect marketing moment. And that moment is contained within genuine human connection. Remember, just as the wizard's power comes from the understanding of the fundamental natures of magic, your marketing power comes from understanding the fundamental natures of human connection. All right. Phew, got a little jacked up there. I'm connecting myself with wizards. I guess it's the beard. All right, my Dark Horse friends and family, let's bring this home and kind of recap the gold that Emanuel Rose has shared with us today. We discovered that one piece of content can become a month's worth of marketing material. Modern tools may make it easier than ever before to multiply your content. Gen Z craves authentic human connection more than perfect production. Long-term client relationships are built on value, not price, and real connection, real human connection fills the void in our digital world. Now, if any of Emanuel's insights resonated with you, and I know at least one of them did, you can watch the full conversation that I had with Emanuel over on YouTube. The link will be down in the show notes. And trust me, there is so much more value in the complete interview than I was able to stuff into today's episode. But before you go, I got something special for you. All right? Some of you know what it is. Others, you were like, what do you got for me? Okay, look, I know you're probably listening to this while you're juggling multiple other tasks, 17 other tasks, 67 other tasks. So just pause for a quick second and lean in. Are you with me? Okay, good. Because you're juggling all those tasks, that's why I created something specifically for you, my driven parent entrepreneurs, all of them out there that are just like you. Would you like to get weekly digital marketing strategies that actually work in the real world of today? Not last year, not 5 years ago, not 10 years ago, like so many others. No, I'm talking about things that work today. I'm talking about practical, actionable advice that you can implement right away to start, restart, or kickstart your business, your side hustle, hopefully your main hustle. You do? Well, good. So all you got to do is head on over to darkhorseschooling.com/newsletter. Again, link will be down in the show notes. That way you can join the Dark Horse Insider digital marketing newsletter. And every week I'm going to send you things like content multiplication strategies, modern marketing techniques, tools and tips for authentic connection, and real world business growth tactics. Yeah. And here's the best part. When you do join the Dark Horse Insider newsletter, you'll also join a community of other entrepreneurs who are focused on creating real value and authentic connections in their marketing. So until next time, my Dark Horse friends and family, remember to build authentic connections and then think successfully and take action.
Hey, my Dark Horse entrepreneur parents, thanks for tuning in. If this episode struck a chord, share it with a fellow parent hustler. Let's grow our tribe that thrives, not just survives. For more insights and a community that totally gets it, join our Facebook group at www.darkhorseschooling.com/tribe. Think successfully and take action.